Hello everyone, this is Rob, the founder of the Fortune Darwin Furniture. Today we are honored to have got one of our longest partner, over 15 years cooperation. And now today we got a very big chance to ask him some of the key concerns when the buyer selected a supplier from China. Okay, Bill, this is Bill.
Hello everybody, how are you?
Okay. And Mr. Bill is from the OFO Furniture, right, from Australia.
Yes, yep.
So today I think, we have prepared some questions to ask you, and we want you to be very honest,
Yep.
to share with our potential customer or our other friends.
Yep.
The first question I think it would be, in China you have got more than thousands of factories, right?
Yep.
So it will become very difficult for people to find a really good factory.
Yeah.
So from your experience, what would be your suggestion, or what would be the key elements when you to select in the market or find a proper suppliers?
I guess one of the first things you got to look at is, can the factory supply what you want? And can they do the quantities that you want? Thousands of factories, you have to find the one that's going to suit you, but it's going to suit your business.
Yes.
And that's one of the key factors why we've been doing business for, initially, as you know, we sort of come across each other by accident.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think that's also another question which for me also I think should be very interesting, because everyone know that even you get married with your wife more than 15 years, that's not easy. There must be some different kinds of difficulties, except for example like delivery time, or sometimes we need to do some change on the orders, and also maybe sometimes you got some problems in the delivery time. In the last 15 years, do you think you have got some good advice or some experience from your side you can share with us?
The delivery times have always been good with Darwin, and one of the key factors in anything is quality. So in my particular business, I need to be able to get product in from China. It's got to go into my warehouse, and then from my warehouse it goes straight to the client.
Yes.
I shouldn't have to check anything to see whether everything is perfect or whether there's any issues with the quality. And to this day, overall we don't have any problems. There's no major issues with anything. Dealing with factories in China, having said that, there's going to be minor issues from time to time. And with Darwin, we find that if there are any issues, they get fixed immediately. So, and that's going to go with any factory you deal with. But you have to find, it's easy to go in and buy. It's easy for them to go and send it to you.
Yeah.
But the difficulty comes in if there's issues.
Yes.
And I've been coming to China for 20 years now.
Yeah.
And
you're very experienced.
And so the difficulty is that some of the factories won't honour any issues or anything like that. So, and ultimately, because everything's made by hand and everything's made by people, and people tend to make errors every now and then.
Exactly.
It doesn't happen very often, but when there is an issue, things get fixed immediately. So, and that's all you can ask for.
I also very appreciate for your understanding during the past 15 years. Just as you said, this kind of outdoor furniture is all made by hand.
Yes.
So really, we cannot guarantee 100%, no mistakes.
No. And if anybody guarantees you 100%, I'd be a little bit weary.
Thanks for your very direct way and also very honest way. So also another issue I think which is also should be very interesting for the other customers or some other potential customers. When before they come to China, they always feel it's very difficult to deal with this factory guys. Firstly, I think it's because of language, right? Yes. Between you and me, do you have got any small issues in understanding each other?
No, we don't. And that is a good point that you brought up. You know, there are some good factories out there, but there's issues when it comes to language, communication. We find that with Darwin, communication isn't a problem of any type.
Yeah, yeah.
You know exactly what I mean when I'm saying something.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're trying to say. Communication over the years has been fantastic.
So another thing I think, you know, except for the communication, because we need to understand each other. This is the first thing.
Yep.
The second thing, do you also have got the bad experience, even, you know, from the Darwin? Maybe because sometimes, you know, not everyone can tell you the truth, because we know this is not right. But in the export business, I also have got so many years experience. Some of the clients come for me and say, Rob, I have got a very bad, accident, or, you know, I need help. They ask me to help them to do the negotiation or sometimes to fix the problem, because they cannot fix the problem by themselves now. So what do you think, you know, or maybe what's your secret? I mean, we need to really, you know, tell the other customer, help them something, you know, when they come to China, how they can find the right person, or the right person who can be, you know, honest enough or directly enough, or, you know, maybe responsible for their, responsibility.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I can only go on what I do. A lot of a gut feeling comes into it, and if it doesn't feel right, then it probably won't go right. I know that's not much to go on, but it's seen me through the last 20 years. Yeah. And the other thing is, because there's thousands and thousands of factories around the place, there's no point in jumping from factory to factory, and to, you know, you have to find somebody that you're comfortable with, and you need to build up a long-term relationship with them. There are, you know, certain people that we know of which are, or that I've seen in the past, which have hopped from one place to another factory, then to a third, and so forth. And they never really find what they're looking for. You have to be comfortable with the factory you're dealing with. And everything sort of tends to come into place from there. I find that Darwin is good because it's a family-run business. You know, you're a fairly big factory, but you still got old school family values. And that goes a long way. And as you know, we are doing today, we can sit down and talk about just about anything. And that's seen us through.
I think you already got a very, very key point is when you find a person which you are really, you know, feeling comfortable with him. That's, or him or her, you know, that's something very important. I really appreciate also you give me the same feeling, because sometimes, you know, more than the business, you also teach me a lot of things, even for the life or even for, you know, my mind. This is really also very helpful.
Well, we've been good friends for over the years, Rob. So
thank you so much. Okay, I think the last question maybe we want to ask you also, because, you know, Darwin is already in the market nearly like 22 years. And we really hope, you know, we can set up this kind of brand for, you know, longer. And I think there is one thing very, very important is we have to keep updating ourselves. We have to also keep improving ourselves. So do you have got any like a suggestion to Darwin in the next, like, let's say 3 or 5 years? As we all know that the whole world is changing so fast. But I believe that you are doing very well in your area, in your market. You are keep increasing and keeping, just increasing your turnover. Do you have also got something you can share with us about this?
Oh, listen, I think it's some things that you're doing at the moment anyway. A flexibility in products that you do. MOQs, you basically cater for the client, which is good. You take the smallest of smallest orders to, like the big orders as well. So to have that flexibility. And the other thing is to be able to put different types of products, bring them all together and ship them all in the one container. And that makes a massive difference.
Great.
But yeah, it's basically continue what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I think, just as what you said, I think that's our direction in the next, 3 to 5 years. We try to help our customer to save time, to save the energy, and also save the headache, and make sure, we always supply with the qualified products, and also give the response in time, and also give a very good attitude when we really have got a problem, or when we have got really an issue, we have to fix it. I think that's the three main things that we can keep going, right?
Yeah. Listen, I've got no intentions of buying anywhere else. As I said, we've been doing business together, and it's because of your quality, your business ethics, and your ability to be able to give us the product when we need it, and the amount of product that we need. At certain times, we do need a lot of product, but at certain times, we only need a small amounts of product. And you cater for everything. So, that works.
I think, Bill, I really appreciate for your time, and thanks for your, very good advice for us and for the whole Darwin Group people.
No, thank you very much to Darwin. They've been a fantastic company for me for over the years, and I can strongly recommend these guys to anybody, and they can do a large range of products as well. So, no job is too small for them, and no job is too large for them.
Beautiful.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you.